YouTube. What is good, everybody? It's the crew. We are back. This is something new. I know y'all guys are used to seeing us on various shows and stuff like that, but today's gonna be a little different. As y'all can see with all the Mav stuff we got on, man, we about to talk about the Dallas Mavericks. We can call this like a little bit of a. There you go, Jay. We can
RP.
call this a little bit of like a little vent session because there's a lot we need to talk about. So we need to talk about the future of the Mavericks, kind of get our opinion on what happened this season and with the playoffs. We can talk about our coaching situation with Rick Carlisle, and we can just talk about the team being built around Luka in general. And so let's just go ahead and start this thing out, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all's opinion. Just kind of give me y'all's opinion on the overall season of the Dallas Mavericks, and if y'all thought it was a success or just kind of give me your opinion. Let me start with you, Jay.
Um, in terms of whether I can say a success or failure, I'm still kind of on the fence on that. I feel
Right.
like there were some, I guess, highlights in terms of overcoming certain things. As far as the COVID outbreak and
Right.
that 7 for 3 guy coming out starting the season hurt and missing the first chunk of games. Recovering from his surgery in the off season to, just a lot of adverse stuff happening throughout the team. They were kind of stuck in purgatory for a little while and rallied towards the end of the season to get, out of their playing situation to get to fifth. So there's some stuff that you can look at as positives, but I feel like a success would be being able to stack or build off of last year. Last year, they got bounced out in the first round in 6 games, this year in 7 games. So I kind of go back and forth as far as whether it's a success or a failure. Um, but overall, I know we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff, but I think overall, the biggest takeaway is just, we know now that Luka is there ain't no issue with him.
Nope.
He's not the issue, so
Bonafide.
we can move forward to figuring
Exactly.
out what needs to happen moving forward. I know we'll talk about all that stuff. In terms of do we keep Tim Hardaway Jr. What's the issue with um, the salary cap? How if there is a way to get KP out of here, where are the options, that type of thing. But as far as the season, I think it was a good season. I'm not happy with the results of it. I know a lot of Mavs fans, look at it and say, well, at least we did, we competed, despite the fact that we didn't have a solid team around us. But that
Right.
don't mean it's a success to me. It just means that we got a dude who has to shoulder the load, and if we don't do something about it, he's either going to break down or he's going to leave. One or two. So I think there was some good stuff. There was some bad stuff. I don't want to straddle the fence. So I'll say overall, I think it was not. I don't think it was a success just because we didn't build on what we did last year. And so I just think we're kind of back to the drawing board again, like we were at the end of last season. And obviously, we got a lot of work to do coming up.
What you think, Cuz?
I think it was a failure because, like last year, they took a huge step forward getting to the playoffs. Wasn't really no one expected them to make the playoffs last year,
Right.
and then they just got hot and went to the playoffs and played well in the bubble as well. So going into this year, it's like okay, time to take a step forward, which means getting to the second round. Yeah, it's going to be tough in the West. Uh, and what's crazy is like when you break it down, if it wasn't for COVID, like there's a good chance that this would have been a top 3 team, just because of the games that they lost because of with so many players being out of COVID or being out because of COVID, and then the severity when it came to like Josh Richardson. But I think it was a failure because they didn't make it to the second round. Yeah, they made it one game further, but this was supposed to be KP. Like that was the whole point of managing KP through the season was to get him into the playoffs to where he can be there, be healthy, and make a difference. And he had one good game. I think it was like game one. I think it was where it was game one or game two where he scored like 20 or over 20 points
Oh
just
yeah.
once, and I forgot which game it was, one or two.
Yeah.
But outside of that, he didn't do much. He did do some defending,
Yeah.
and was it game 4 or 5. Didn't do much scoring, but you could see he was actually had his hands up. He wasn't a man down like Mark Jackson would say, hands down, man down. But he actually had his hands up. Got a couple blocks in there, so he was doing work. Got a couple steals, I believe, as well. So he was trying to do some things, but we needed that help on that offensive side as well. Because what Luka was doing, it made no sense, especially that one game where he uh, he did 83%
Yeah, almost
of
84%.
the basically just either the scoring or assists, and that's ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's historic, but there's no reason for one player to be that to do all of that. Which means that even when he was on the bench trying to get a 2 minute rest,
Right.
he wasn't doing anything. Nobody was doing anything, and that's terrible. So yeah, I think it was a failure because this was the year that everyone was at least supposed to take a step forward, and it looked like only Luca took a step forward. I give it to TSJ; he did ball out, especially going to the playoffs. But he when he
Oh, it's-
like everybody got cold,
Right.
like at the worst times.
yeah.
At the end of Game 6, everybody got cold.
Yep.
Second half of Game 7, everybody went cold. Like it was insane the timing of it each time. Just the whole team just decides to go cold, and I just don't understand it. That's why I think it was a failure. I think they were supposed to be ready for this, and because even for Maxi, with Maxi, he had his injuries, but it looked like they were able to work through it because they were playing every third day up until like the last couple games, which gave him that extra rest. And he wasn't on Kawhi like he was in the bubble, which I think the bubble that's what wore him out was being on Kawhi. Kawhi giving him that forearm in the midsection the whole game without getting a call.
Got no
So I
call.
think that yeah, I think that wore him out. So this year they actually changed up a little bit, and which helped him. He did score a little bit more, but still went cold at the worst time possible every game, or the last few games, and it was pretty sickening. So I call this year a complete failure. Now we have to go into the off season, try to find people to uh, like everywhere from free agency to trades. Like everything needs to be on the board to get people around Luca to be able to score, to be able to defend, to be able to rebound. Like this, like you have a bona fide superstar. This is what needs to happen. You can't go another 2 decades like they did with Dirk and not give him much help. This guy's different. And LeBron is his guy. He might act like LeBron and dip out if he wants to. He need to not give him that opportunity.
What you got, Tom?
Say what's that little equal sign with the slash through it? What that mean?
Things ain't equal.
Not
I
equal.
mean, what? It's
It
not
ain't
equal,
equal. Yeah.
right? So, okay, maybe not that one. I think it was. I'm not straddling the fence. I won't call it a failure. I won't call it success. So I guess
Right.
I am straddling the fence. It was for them compared to last year. It was the same. And I said the same because this year KP he didn't get hurt, and so last year they went 6 games. This year they went 7 with him, but he was
Right.
still absent, null and void. And that was the same thing happened last year. One of the first 2 games he
Yep.
was cool. This year, last year, the first game or the second game, whatever, he got hurt, whatever. And so last year there was only 6 games because we were here. This
Yep.
year 7 games he was here, and it was still trash. So this year it's not a success, not a failure. It's the same, and we don't want to get caught in those teams that are they're gonna make it to the playoffs but never make any noise. And so if we just go down the list of lines of names, just whether you got the Utah Jazz with Darren Wilson for a while, whether you got
Yeah.
the Wizards with Gilbert Arenas, them always 4 or 5 seed, and so on and so on. We don't want to get stuck in that. So this year was just average, man. I mean, we're not saying people didn't take steps forward, but what we thought they was gonna do, even in free agency, is me. I always thought Jeremy Grant would have been the cool. That I said that a long time ago, early this year. What I thought Jeremy Grant or somebody that caliber who was a 3-and-D but can also take care of the ball and take and control the game if Luka went out. But it is what it is. I think it's not success, not a failure. We're just average right now. We're just stuck in the middle, and we got to figure out which way we're gonna go.
Yeah, I agree with all the points y'all made, man. I kind of echoing what you were saying, Thomas. KP was pretty much in the same boat he was last year. The only difference was he was actually in the game. I mean, you didn't do nothing last year because you was out. You didn't do nothing this year and you was in. So it's the same thing. Because I kind of look back and I kind of wish that if Bubble KP had been in this series with what Luka was doing, man, that would have been a totally different series. But yeah, I'm kind of with y'all, man. I kind of like what Thomas said. I don't want to straddle the fence. Because, like, if you gotta look at the overall things, like, okay, they won one more game than last year, but at the same time, it's like you had an opportunity to beat this team. You had them down 0-2, then you had them down 3-2.
You had 3 home games.
Yeah, and you had 3 home games, and so it's kind of hard not to say that it is a success with everything that happened with it, and the way the team being constructed. The way that players were put in certain positions, as far as like if y'all think about it, if anybody like a Maxi Kleber or Dorian Finney-Smith, anybody like that was on another team, they wouldn't be asked to do as much as they're asked to do for this team. And the only reason why they're doing that because you have nobody else to do that for you. And so that's all part of the front office we will get to too here in a little bit. So pretty much what I'm saying is I agree with y'all. I don't think it's a success as far as the opportunity that y'all had and knowing what we had with Luka, man. Knowing what we had with Luka, I think Jay touched on this a couple of videos ago or whatever. That this is a new day and age. We don't have a Dirk no more. You can't expect this guy to just give you a home discount, stay no matter what. These guys now are moving around. If I feel like 84% of the offense, bro. 84%. That's I've been watching playing basketball my whole life. I've never heard that before in my life.
That's insane.
84%. Out of 37 shots made, he was in control of 31 of those, either scoring or assisting. That's ridiculous, man. And with that, let's go ahead and go to the next page on this one, guys, because it's a lot of what I'm about to say is gonna kind of lead into this. So I think we touched on this before too on a previous video a while back. What do y'all think about the coaching situation? Because I won't say that I was a Rick Carlisle apologist, but I was one of those people that was like, I don't really think he's the problem. I've always thought that maybe we didn't have enough talent for him to, you know what I mean? Like, because I look at it now with Nate McMillan, for example. I think if we be honest with ourselves, bro, Atlanta, if you take Trae Young off and you take Luke off the Mavericks, Atlanta has more talent than we do.
Oh, for sure.
Has way more talent than we do. You know what I mean? And so for Nate McMillan to come in there, because think about it, he didn't have that type of talent. I mean, if you want to, would y'all say, even with Trae Young being on Atlanta, would y'all say that the year that he had Oladipo and Sabonis, would you say that team was more talented than Atlanta?
No.
Okay. See, it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like now he has a talent. He's taking Atlanta to that next step. You know what I mean? And so, and plus, those had help. They played New York, who didn't really have a superstar, but still, the point is, like, you can see that what happens when you have that talent, you can kind of take that next step. And so, I don't necessarily think. I mean, yeah, Luka is otherworldly. This dude's a generational talent, all that stuff, man. But to see what he did with that team, he carried this bottle of water. This is what he was taking. This bottle of water right here. Exactly. And so, that's why I kind of wonder. Like I said, I don't want to give him a pass because there's a whole lot I want to talk about with Rick Carlisle and some of the decisions he made. But let me just get y'all's opinion first. Let me start with you, Jay. Like, just kind of give me your general idea of the coaching situation in Dallas.
I'm gonna try and not spend 20 minutes on this.
Right. Because hey, you can definitely do that, bro. Because
Yeah.
man,
So it's tough. So I'm sure y'all already know, like, I think it's tomorrow or today is 10-year anniversary of us winning championship. And like there have been bad decisions made by this front office since the day after that championship. From deciding not to run it back to thinking
not
that
going ahead and get Giannis.
to not thinking that, or to thinking that you can stockpile just a smorgasbord of folks. You got OJ Mayo playing the backfield with Jose Calderon, and like what are we supposed to do with that? And then
Right.
just a cavalcade of bad decisions, like just over and over and over and over and over again. I give them credit in terms of having the foreign scene in good hands. I mean, the fact that they wanted to get Giannis, vetoed it, and then been able to develop Maxey into what he's been, which is decent. I mean, considering I didn't know who the hell he was when they first brought him in.
Yeah.
Where he is now, there's been a lot of progression. Obviously, Luka. So from that perspective, great job, 3 players in 20 years. But everybody else, in terms of, I'll give him a pass on DSJ. DSJ, I was fine with that pick. I actually want them to make that pick, so I'm cool with it. Everybody
all did.
It's kind of like all right. But anyway, coaching. I bring all the other stuff up to say that he has not been given the best rosters to coach, so I do understand that, and it's hard to make chickens out of chicken, you know what? So I get that piece of it, and I understand that. Yeah, if you look at it and say in the 10 years since we won a championship, 4 years we didn't make the playoffs. In the 6 years we did, we bounced out in the first round. So you can look at that and say it's been 10 years and you haven't even gotten out of the first round in that time frame. I don't know that he's had an adequate roster to look at and say, hey, this is a team that should be able to do X, Y, and Z, and you haven't done it. But at the same time, if you're supposed to be a championship coach, you have to try and find ways to make it work.
Right.
And so obviously he can't go out there and play for the guys, but I do believe that it's possible that you can lose a team regardless of turnover.
How long they've been there.
There is a lot of player turnover, so it's not like players are here for like 10 years or whatever. But at the same time, if you're screaming out of your head that we got to do something, and you're looking at the results as a player and saying that we're not, you can lose a team that way. So it's kind of one of those things where I understand the side of the fandom that says it might be time to make a change. And I understand the side that says we should stick it out. I'm kind of in the middle where I don't care. Like, no, I don't care, but I'll be fine either way. If we got a press release tomorrow saying they released Rick Carlisle, I'll be okay with that. If they didn't do it, I'll be okay with that too. But if there's a certain amount of time that he has, because you can't expect even if you sign Luka to the extension, I mean, he's gonna stay the whole 4 years. So you can't assume that that's house money. So we'll see what they do in the offseason. And if they don't get enough in here to make it work, then everybody from him up need to be looked at as and potentially replaced, including Donovan.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's above criticism. I don't think he's above should he be exited or should he be fired. But I will say that I can't say that he's had the roster on this team to fairly say he just can't get it done, because we haven't had that in a long time. And so I say all that to say I don't know, but I think either way will be fine. I personally, if you put a gun in my hand and said make a choice, does he stay or does he go? I would say he goes. Give somebody, a younger guy, an opportunity to come in, be more relatable to the players, and just have the opportunity. Because for whatever reason, and we'll talk about this later, I'm sure, but for whatever reason, no matter what we do, Dallas is not a free agent destination. I don't know why. I don't know what
I got my opinions on that, but
for some reason it's not. And so obviously what we have done these past 10 years has not worked. And so if Mark Cuban woke up and said, you know what, I'm gonna shake some stuff up and get rid of him, I'll be okay with that.
Okay. Let me touch on that real quick. What you saying about the free agent thing? I hear people constantly saying that, and like y'all know me. I always like to put things in circumstances. When Dallas started trying to go after the big fishes, how old was Dirk? Remember, Dirk Dirk won the championship at 32 years old.
That was LeBron, and that was like what?
Yeah, that was LeBron. I mean, Dirk was 32, about to be 33 that summer.
Okay.
So my point is, there were two reasons. For one, Dallas has always been known as a team that does not care about the draft.
That's
you
true.
don't develop anybody.
Yeah.
Every time you get some people, you're trading them off. That was one thing. Two, me being a player in the league, why would I want to go to a team where the superstar, you only have one superstar, and he's aging? He's 33 years old. Like, I don't want to go to a team because this dude can fall at any moment, 33, 34, 35, and I'm back to the same position I was just in at the last team I left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
so they're old when they were trying to go over Dwight that 1 year for the record.
Yeah. Remember, they started going after free agents after the championship year, remember? Right after the championship. They won a championship at 32, going into 33 that summer, because he turns the next age always that summer. And so he was 33. So at that time, 33. Like, I don't want to go teaming with somebody that, he's not LeBron. LeBron, that's a different beast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, folks want to team up with him at 39 years old. That's cool. But other than that, like, he's 33 years old. You have no future on top of that. So why am I going to Dallas? You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the reasons why nobody wanted to come to Dallas. Not that I can't stay in Dallas. It's like, bro, what do you have there? Yeah. I mean, like I said, Dirk's cool, but what else? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say I think this situation with Luka is going to be a little different. But the fact that the one thing I don't like this national. Let me go ahead and highlight national. I don't like this national narrative about him being a ball hog. I don't like that because
is it national? Because Donnie Nelson was the one that started that.
Yeah, he did kind of start that too. Yeah, and I think Donnie doing that more to kind of make KP look good just because they want to trade him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, my thing. This is what I'm trying to say here, bro. The thing is, matter of fact, I saw this guy posted on ESPN. And he's talking about Luka's usage, and they had some of the top 5 usage numbers in NBA history. You know, each of those numbers you saw, look what years they were. When LeBron and them took that Cavs team to the finals that last year, who was on his team?
Nobody.
Okay, so when Westbrook won the MVP, who was on the team that year?
Nobody.
Now, let's go ahead, fast forward to now. Who was on this team?
Nobody.
That's why their usage rates are so high.
Well, yeah, right.
So it's like, if I can't trust you to make a layup, how many times we seen people missing layups under the goal?
Yeah.
I can't trust you to make a layup. I gotta do everything. How many times did we see Luka go? How many times did we see Luka help us have a 10-point lead? He's still on the bench and we lose and now we're down by 5.
Yeah. This
is why his usage rate is so high. So it ain't got nothing to do with him being a ball hog. It's like, look, I don't trust you. So I feel I have to go in here and do everything. I gave you your opportunity. I'm sitting on the bench for 5 minutes and you lost the lead. All you had to do is hold the lead until I can get like Josh said, I want to get a 2-minute rest. Can I get a 2-minute rest?
No.
Just hold the lead. Nope. 5-1 lead. Luke, come on back in, bro. I know you just untied your shoes and put your towel on your head. Take it off. Let's go back in here. We down by 5 now. It's like that's the reason why his usage rate is so high. So it's not necessarily him being a ball hog. It's like, bro, I have to do everything because nobody else is gonna do anything. Right. Like this one guy, like Mike Bassett said, do you want Dorian Finney running things? No. Do you want Josh Richardson running anything?
Definitely not.
Do you, Thomas? Do you want Tim Hardaway to run anything? Exactly. Exactly. So that's why this whole, like I said, man, when people bring up this type of stuff, man, I like to look at the circumstances. It's like sometimes it's not always just black and white. You have to look at the total circumstance. And us being in Dallas, we see all this. It's like, bro, the reason why they do is jacking up this many shots because nobody else is making anything.
But
like,
I mean,
we'll say it like, bro, like we were saying earlier, it's like everybody in their mama went cold.
Yeah.
Right.
I gave you opportunity to go in here and do your thing. I'm sitting on the bench for 30 seconds and you went completely cold.
But you don't have to watch the whole year. Just watch the series.
Yeah. Thank you. Exactly.
Watch the series. You'll see that even there were a couple of times where we may have been like, Luka, why you passed that? Because yeah. How many times do we see Luka like drive to the basket? He was like right there on the basket, and he kicked at somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know." Like,
pass it to Boban.
Like it's to the point. Luka, I know you got 10 hands in your face, bro. I would say just shoot it, bro. Just shoot it. But yeah, that I didn't mean to cut the off on that. But I had to say something about that. I heard so many people saying that, and that's like if you just look at the circumstances on why Dallas isn't getting anybody or why Luka is hogging the ball, there's reasons why behind it. It's not like they're just saying like, I can't stay in this city. I'm not going there. It's like, no, you got an aging superstar with no future. Why am I going to Dallas? And look at all the other teams that those people decided to go to compared to Dallas. They had something they were building towards. Dallas didn't have anything built towards. Because remember, their idea was let's just get this superstar and then we'll build around that and go from there. That's always been their idea. Instead of saying like, add on to that before that superstar gets there. Let's go ahead and, like I said, draft. Could have had Giannis. Just imagine you had Giannis with Luka. You know what I mean? Like just those tiny things like that, bro, are what players look at when they are going to these different teams. Not just some aging player, bro, and you have no future on top of it. I'm not going to Dallas for that. But what you got, cuz?
So I wanted Rick gone back in 2015, 16.
Yeah, you have been saying that.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy
It
Fred
was
too.
just yeah. Like it was it's time for Rick to go. But over I give him the past 2 years, uh, just what he's done with his team, especially that team last year to get to the playoffs. Well, actually, both because it's the same team, getting
Pretty
both of
much.
these teams to the playoffs and being able to just, I think any other coach, we probably would have got swept this year, even though the Clippers, like the Clippers actually didn't play bad. It was just like the 3 games that we won, Luka was out, was otherworldly, and Dallas was in shots. Like it wasn't that they played bad. We just played a hell of a lot better.
Right.
And the games that they Dallas went cold and played poor, that's when they lost. So they constantly had to play at a higher level
Yep.
because
4 and
Clippers was
5.
just
That was game 4 and
yeah,
5.
exactly. And actually, to be honest, the seeding was 4-5. To me, I think it was more of a 3-4 matchup in like the second round. Like that was the type of series it was to me with it being so close. Because if you look at it, kind of looks like the this Utah and Clipper series now, how close it is down the stretch, and Utah still won the first 2 games. So it's still like that second round matchup that's really close. So that's what I was thinking. But I think at this point, yeah, if if Rick does go, let it be Jamal that takes over behind him because the I don't want him to go anywhere else. We already lost a young coach,
Silas. Yeah.
yeah, this past year, and I'm just I don't know. I don't know. It is tough to say like yeah because Rick is one of the few coaches in the league that has won a championship. A head coach in the league that has won a championship. Because I'm nervous that this owner wouldn't choose the right coach. Because especially having D'Antoni out here still getting opportunities, like that makes me nervous. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not saying
Right.
Mark will hire him, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that just makes me nervous at the fact that this guy keep getting jobs. So
Oh man.
I just want to put that out there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think right as of now, it's I'm okay with them. Just like Jay, I'm okay either way.
Mm-hmm.
But if he were to leave, I want it to be Jamal to take over.
What you got, Tom?
Uh, Let me ask y'all this a question real fast.
All right.
Uh, Besides the team around the league, do people want to come play for Rick Carlisle?
You know what? That's a good question because now I don't know how much y'all taking on.
No, don't give me no analytics. Say
No,
yes
no, no,
or
no. I'm
no.
not talking about that. No, I'm talking about that.
Okay.
Like I'm about to kind of because somebody else kind of mentioned that too. Former player. I know who I'm gonna say. I know Jaden gonna jump me, but Kendrick Perkins kind of brought that up before.
I'm
And he was
out.
there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he kind of brought that up before. He was saying that a lot. He's hearing like a lot of players don't really like Rick Carlisle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you brought that question up, I kind of thought about that before, man, because when I think Jay, think you brought this up too. I know Will did. As far as like having like a younger coach and kind of relate to the players a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, do y'all think that maybe he's out of touch?
Yep.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay, because he's we all know he's extremely old school,
Yeah.
extremely old school, and
So
so
I mean, for them to change it to where KP is around a 3 point line instead of 10 feet out, like that is more analytical than anything. Because I was yelling the whole series. KP need to be within 10 feet.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
Dre
no.
was saying
I didn't agree
I
with
know
that.
he still missed.
You know
I know
what?
he was still missing, but
Yeah,
I'd
he
rather
didn't miss
him
him.
be.
Yeah,
But
Jay,
I'd
right? Because
rather
bro, how many times bro? And the crazy
He
thing
gets
about it was
poked
they
so
played
much.
small. They had to do the 6'7" on them.
And
yeah, exactly,
handling him.
Yes, like come
exactly.
Keeping
on,
up with
bro.
him.
We need
But
Hakeem to
Tune,
teach him. I need Hakeem to be here to help him with his low post game.
He's
Yeah, you got
somebody.
That's all I had to say.
Hakeem.
Back to you, Thomas. Back to you.
all right. So this is my thing. Even with the championship, right, that we
Mhm.
won, I'm gonna say no, and I say that because you have people going. You go places for destinations, and obviously the players, but people will go for the coach as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Let's be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Rudy Gay ain't what he used to be. Rudy Gay, to me, when he was in Memphis, even though he got traded, he's a pretty decent player.
right.
He goes to San Antonio. You could say to win the championship, true, but he know that he could play for Popovich. He know that he could play for Popovich, man. And so if you don't have people who are willing to go to where the coach is sometimes, right? You have nobody. So it could be number one, Texas, we don't got state taxes.
That's
So
what I'm saying,
if
bro.
you getting 14 million, that
Yeah,
state tax, you
You
just being
getting it.
federal. You getting your money.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
exactly.
So it has to be something with the front office, then with the coach, that is what's going on, right? It has to be.
It's got to be.
It truly has to be where people say, man, I'm getting traded there. Yeah, Rick is cool, but that's not a place I'm going to go free agent style. It's not a place I'm going to go free agent unless this is my last, nobody else offer me something, da-da-da. So nobody's
It seems
really
like.
wanting to go play for Rick. And I don't know if it's that he's out of touch. He maybe just not be a player's coach.
I was gonna say real old. He's very old school. It's like
Old
he has
school.
that mind frame of you do what I tell you type thing.
Exactly.
Right. And because he's not a player's coach and he hasn't became up to date with his style, his technique, or at least brung in something that if he's not per se a player coach, the players rally around him and say, no, you know what? I wasn't with this Zen stuff like Phil did, but I'm cool with it now. I'm cool. I see we getting the job done. So, whether that means he needs to step back, that's that. Number two, does Rick really have pull on who we could offer contracts to?
He does.
So
they're the three-headed monster. It's Mark Cuban, Corey Donnie, and him. They all have like a little.
You know what that mean? That mean everybody's saving money, and sometimes you have to spend money. As we know, after that championship, we chose not to spend any money.
Oh no, they tried.
Okay,
nobody will come. That's the thing.
No, he mean like just like trying to re-sign the folks.
Re-sign our players.
Yeah.
Keep our players intact. Because a lot of times what you do is you win a championship and you say, what? Let's run it back.
Yes.
I don't care if you hit it with a
everybody does that except for Jerry Krause.
Right. So with a 1-1 or a 2-year and a 1, but you try to run it back. And don't get it twisted. During that time frame, I know we're going back. Everybody on the Mavs roster was 30 years old. We get it. You know what I'm saying? We get it. But because of who they are, you run that 30-something-year-old roster right back and say, y'all couldn't beat us. We're going to see if y'all can beat us this year too. So we're not a player's destination, even with the tax breaks, right? Whatever pool we got for contracts and stuff, or we're using it wisely. And is Rick Carlisle a player's coach? I say no. So for the last 2 years, even before Luka blew up, right? I thought once Dirk left, I thought Rick should have left then, and we kind of developed Luka and a new coach, a new scheme, all together. So I say, not that he's a bad coach, just not updated time. So I say, give him the 2 fingers. Peace out.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna add on to what Thomas was saying. So, in cases where you are not a free agent destination, let's say you're like an OKC or Indiana or whatever else, when you know that you can't build that way, those teams are usually strong in the draft
What?
because they know they can't pull.
Can you say that one more time, Jay, for the people at home?
If you are not a free agent destination, usually to be successful, you have to know that you're gonna have to build from within through the draft.
Wow.
Dallas is one of the rare teams that I don't know if they just are delusional and think they can pull whatever, but like you said earlier, Rail, they don't invest well in the draft. They don't make good draft picks, so they end up you're burning both sides of the candle because A, you can't get anybody to sign here, and B, you can't draft. So you strike gold with Dirk, you strike gold with Luka, but because you don't know how to build a team, you don't know what to do after that.
Exactly.
So you putting everybody behind the A ball, and like we talked about earlier, everybody ain't Dirk. Players are not staying on that one team the whole career no more. So you can't go around thinking, oh, we got him, so we'll be fine. We got time to build around. No. Like you gotta, your premium has to be. I have to win while I have him on the team, and then when he sees you doing that, then he will continue to stay. Right. Not waiting and just assuming that he's going to be there just because you drafted him, man. You're gonna give him a $20 million extension. That's not enough. And you can tell, like, Luka different, man. Like like you're not. He's already got to deal with Jordan. He's always gonna be marketable not only in the United States but worldwide. So even if he doesn't have to take the most money from an NBA contract because he don't get money regardless. Right. So don't just keep assuming that because you have the ability to pay him more than anybody else, that's just gonna work. He'll bounce his ass to LA, bounce his ass to Miami. He'll go play for the Knicks. Like it's not. Don't assume anything. So I would like for them to adjust the way they approach it and be more aggressive and say, we have to do things while we have him here to show him that we want him to be here for his entire career, not just taking a seat back and assuming that, oh, well, he's a nice guy. He's only 22. He's just You should be aggressive. So I agree with what Thomas said, and I do think that even like everybody knows, Rondo's a cuss word in Dallas, but. He's a dude. He's a dude that people listen to around the league. Right. So it's very possible that whatever tiff or rift that he had with Rick, he could be spreading that around the league. Not just him, but even Jason Kidd, they didn't get along when he first came back. Yeah. And DSJ had issues with him, and Luka had issues with him when he first got here. So for whatever reason, him and point guards don't always mesh.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Issue there. So it's just one of those things where it's like their reputation gets around. And if it gets around the league, to Thomas's point, players are gonna say, "I want to go there." And again, Pop is one of one. Like, it's easy to say, Pop. I would take Pop out of it because Pop is just
Pop, you gonna sit over here. We're gonna talk about everybody else
in his own stratosphere. Yeah. So, and not saying you're wrong, Thomas, because you're not. But I'm just saying,
I got you.
He's just on a whole different level. So because of that, because you don't have Pop. And you don't have state income tax. I just don't understand that. I get what you're saying earlier about folks not wanting to be with the agent Dirk. I get that.
So what you're saying is remember what I was pretty much saying is with the you know what I'm saying? You got to have something to build towards for those people to want to come.
And and it's not just Rick. It's everybody up in that office, man, running around in their desk, but whatever. It's a lot, man. It's not, and that's the issue, is that it's not just one thing that you can be like, if we fix this,
exactly.
Good. There's holes
all over that place
everywhere. And that's the biggest issue. And it takes Luka to be the one to make it look bad, make it look better, and put some makeup on it and make it look pretty to go to the dance when it's really like there's a lot going on that we gotta address.
Gotta have all the tape.
With that said, too,
make it look good.
Luka is pretty much like LeBron. He's a band-aid. Like you said, it's like, if you take him off, it's like, oh my God, y'all had all this on the floor and trash everywhere, and this all types of stuff. And so, kind of what y'all was saying too about the Rick Carlisle thing, man. Like, he's very controlling when it comes to the point guards. Mm-hmm. If y'all guys have heard different stories, like him and Just Keys get into it. Mm-hmm. Like he said, Rondo and them got into it. And I don't know if y'all remember, there was a couple of times here in this series, him and Luka kind of got into it. Like that one time when Dallas, that time out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, for me, it's as if Donnie, because he did draft Luka, he did help draft Dirk, and he put that team together 2011, it's like he gets a pass.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? And with Rick Carlisle winning the only championship that we have in our franchise, it's like he gets a pass too. And I remember I was listening to this guy. I can't remember who it was. I apologize, but he kind of had an interesting point. It's like when coaches do that, it's like they get like a kind of just like as far as like they get a pass for everything. It's like Rick Carlisle can come in here and have LeBron, AD, and Luka and go 20 and 80 and still get a pass. You know what I mean? It's like, well, he did win that championship in 2011. It's like, what? But this year though, he like I said, he had this talent or whatever the case is. And so I'm kind of with y'all. I was always one of those people. I didn't care either way. I wasn't one of the ones like the forefront was like, oh, Rick gotta go. But a lot of people I know was kind of screaming that or whatever. Like I said, shout out to Fred. But I think this year kind of highlighted, bro, that I think, Jay, I think you touched on this. I think his voice is starting to become unheard now. You know what I mean? And it's like, even though these people weren't here 10 years ago and all that stuff, it's just like after a while, you kind of start tuning it out some. And it's just like you're saying the same things, but we're not getting different results. Mm-hmm. And so, with the case of with the whole like front office thing, it's like I never like you said, Jay, I never understood why they never. And this is as long as if Donnie and them have ran the team. Like after the year we had Dirk and all that and stuff, it's like they didn't take the draft serious at all since then. You know what I'm saying? It's not like just like the last couple years or whatever. Right. The only reason why the last few years they did is because you had no choice. You know what I'm saying? You had top 3 picks and stuff. You better get somebody. You know what I mean? You had the opportunity to get somebody who's supposed to be a franchise player or whatever. And so in the case of Rick, I'm kind of on the fence of not on the fence. I'm on the side of he might need to go. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, like adamantly, but like you said, if somebody was to come and say, hey, Rick is gone, good. Because I mean, maybe it's time to kind of start something new. You had 2 opportunities. You had one last year. Maybe last year was kind of like, you know, it is what it was last year. But this year, like I said, you had 2 opportunities to get rid of this team. You had 2 opportunities. And for you to have Luka do what he did, we're talking about historic numbers this kid is putting up. Y'all didn't, and you didn't make it. And the fact that I had a lot of quarrels about his coaching too. It's like, okay, the Clippers are the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. They were number 4 in NBA history, and you played a zone for the last 3 games.
But you know why that is?
Yeah, no, I know why it is. But after a while, it's like, look, we have to just look. If you're gonna beat me, you're gonna beat me doing man to man. Yeah, you're giving him free shots and playing his own. And you're probably one of the greatest basketball minds in the league. And you telling me I'm making $2.15 an hour plus tips. And I can sit there and tell you, hold on, man. After they done busted you for 60% on threes, why are you still playing zone? Yeah. You're a championship coach. And you still putting them in a zone. How much sense does that make? Then after that, if you see it after game 6 that the whole Boban thing didn't work, you might need to switch it up again, bro. Find something to switch it up.
Why do you keep starting him, bro?
Why are you still starting Boban? Then on top of that, Mark Jackson kind of made a point about this too. Why did you put Trey Burke in there? This dude ain't played the whole entire series, and you put him in game 7 in a crucial time. Yeah. Like, it's...
One thing I'll say about that really quick, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who else you gonna put in? Like you put Jay Rich in, he got the yips, he can't
wash. Oh my God, we're gonna get on him too, but yeah.
Jalen didn't really do a good job this series.
No, he did.
There wasn't a lot to pull from. I think that was kind of like a last.
It's his size.
But if that's the case, then Jay. Now I know he's a rookie, but just try Josh Green.
I wouldn't have minded Josh Green
for the minutes that you put Trey Burke. You didn't put Trey Burke in there for 30 minutes or nothing. It's like 5 minutes. Right. You put him in there for 5 minutes. He's gonna give you energy and defense. Yeah. What is Trey Burke gonna get you? All Trey Burke does is score, and he wasn't doing that.
No. Yeah. But you can't ask him to. He ain't play all
exactly. You put him in game 7, not 1, not 2.
I'm gonna
game 7. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm gonna tell you why they put him in. Because they thought they was gonna get the bubble Trey Burke.
In game 7, though? You ain't played me all series, but you want me to go in here and just go ahead and drop 36?
That's the issue right there.
They thought they was gonna get some trade bubble, come out, get you a quick 9, and get us back in the game. That is why. That's the only reason why our boy went in. And mind you, y'all already know I ain't no Jalen fan. I ain't no no Tim fan. I ain't no KB fan.
Keep going.
I ain't a lot of people fans. I got about 6 more people. That's
only 2 fans, Dodo and Lucas.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why they put Trey in. Thought they could get some quick offense from him. That's true. That's truly him because he did the same thing with him and Seth last year. Boom, came in, give you really, really quick, instant offense. That was the only reason. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why they put him in the game, man. I'm just telling you, that's the only reason why they put him.
It was a grasping at straws. They had to trust. Like he didn't have.
Bro, then another thing that made me mad was now Boban don't play, but once every 2 weeks, right? And then when he do play, he play about 13, 14 minutes.
Right.
You had this dude playing for 30 minutes. Now, the White Pal, I know how we all feel about the White Pal. But thank you. He did play, you know what I'm saying? But you played him 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to understand what you're thinking on this, man. Like, you supposed to be the championship coach. Now, I know, what's the boy name? Ty Lue won a championship too. I understand that.
You had LeBron.
Thank you. So. You had LeBron. Like, come on, bro. Like, you did a coaching job when y'all won a championship.
You had LeBron with a healthy Kyrie. So, come on.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, he had like a lot of questionable coaching decisions in this series, bro. Like, he got completely outcoached. Like I said, I'm not saying you got a secret weapon sitting on your bench that you didn't use, but it's just like keeping Boban in there longer than he's supposed to be in there. You're not playing the White Pal. Oh my! Stop putting Josh Richardson in the game, dude. Listen, listen to me, y'all. I want y'all to listen to me. This dude had more turnovers than the Mavericks average as a team.
Yeah,
more turnovers than the Mavericks average as a team. What? I understand that you upset that, bro. Listen. It's like you could tell the way he played. You could tell that like he was trying to like prove something.
Yeah, he's done. He's mental.
Yeah. It's like you could tell he was trying to prove it, bro. It's like, listen, man, you're not Luka. Stop trying to come out here and split 2 defenders. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to shoot threes and 5 hands in your face. Like, come on, bro. I'm just like.
I saw him trying to split double team. I was like,
bro. And then the crazy thing, he tried to split Kawhi and Paul George.
And all Kawhi did was just grip the ball.
Yeah, Kawhi look at him as he going by, bro, and just said, "Give me this, bro." Like, what are you doing? I'm just like, Jesus, man. I was like,
say, here go the thing. Let me ask y'all this. Rick, as I stated, he's not a player's coach, right?
No.
And I don't think he's a developing coach.
No.
Now, mind you, well, let me tell you why.
Kind of. Yeah.
Now, Luka came in balling.
Right.
Luka was already a baller because of his overseas playing. He's 15, 16. He's already a baller. Who I don't think Rick has really developed nobody.
He has.
He has, bro.
Hold on, wait. Give me one person.
Dodo?
Yeah, Dodo. Maxie? Yeah, Dodo, Maxie.
Okay, my bad. Here we go. My bad. Listen to what I'm saying. No. Can you put those 2 people up against? Here we go. I'm going to take you back to, I think, Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson was the coach before, right?
Josh Howard. Yeah.
Josh Howard and Marquise. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying. Can he actually take a draft pick who they draft,
right?
Who is raw?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Listen to raw. Luka was not raw.
Yeah.
Luka came in with experience. Josh Howard and Marquise Daniels, right? The second year under Avery Johnson, I believe, elevated to starters because they played defense first, and he translated that defense. Okay, now let's get some easy buckets. Let's go to offense. Let's do everything else. Rick Carlisle doesn't develop players. The players that he gets, he wants them already developed. So per se, he could take the credit. I'm not saying that's what he do, take credit, but he doesn't have to do much for it. When Jason Kidd came there to lead that team, Jason Kidd knew how to play freaking basketball.
Right.
When you come there and you know how to play basketball, a la Rondo, say, man, I got you. You the coach, but guess what? I'm out here on the floor right now, so let me make changes as it happens, as I see it. Right? He don't like that stuff. I'm just giving you my opinion.
No. You know what, Thomas? It's funny you said that because I said this about a few years ago. When you said I kind of said that same thing you said a few years ago. as far as when Rick Carlisle's success came with veteran teams.
Yeah.
Because remember that Mavericks team, I believe at the time was the oldest team in the league, right?
Yeah.
The one championship.
Yeah.
So so he's always had a veteran-led team. And when you said what you just said, I started thinking to myself, what happened with Dennis Smith Jr.?
Yeah.
Right.
That was a top 5 talent that came into the league that you didn't develop. And like you said, he's so used to having those veteran-led teams. It's like, okay, Dennis Smith, remember when Dennis Smith would mess up, you taking him out the game.
You know, he don't like rookies anyway.
Yeah, he don't like rookies.
Yeah.
He's always been known for, that's why I was saying he's that old school type of coach.
Right.
That's why I asked y'all earlier, like, do y'all think that he is able to, is his style a little older compared to, is he adapting to today's NBA?
No.
Because I think we said this before on one of the videos. We talked about Greg Popovich. Popovich adapted his style to every era of basketball to where he could still stay as probably the best coach in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Rick does that. It's like the only reason why he might look good now because Luka making him look good.
That's it.
Like Luka is a generational player. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna see a dude like that growing on trees every day. For you to be considered a great coach, go coach up Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, consider a top 5 talent. That's your opportunity. Like Thomas said, that's your opportunity to coach this dude up. It's easier to coach up the Dorian Finney who ain't run drafted or the Maxis who wasn't drafted or whatever. It's easy to coach those guys up. Now, this is gonna be a test right here. What's gonna happen with Josh Green?
Right.
Now, if you can coach this dude up, if he can be Dorian-esque as far because he has the potential. He's probably a little bit more athletic than Dorian.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if you can coach that dude up to be a Dorian type of player, bro, then you might have my attention here. But like Thomas said, you haven't shown the history of doing that.
Show me, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't shown me, man. You haven't, and that is my issue with Rick. That if he does not get veterans of a certain caliber, right?
Yeah,
he is nothing, man.
Yeah,
and like I said, because Luka came in knowing how to ball, it's like literally, it's almost like the Mavericks. Not really, but they got LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron came in balling.
Yeah,
don't get it twisted. Carmelo came in
balling. Yeah,
average more than LeBron that rookie year, but they gave it to LeBron because of the height. They came in balling. So you didn't develop these guys, man. You're not. I don't know if you're capable of doing it. Not only brought back, I had to go back think in my mind who Josh and Marquise Daniels.
Yeah, that was Avery. Yeah, that was Avery.
Avery said, "No, y'all want to play? Hit this defense first. Then they come in. They come in the next year playing 2 guard and 3 guard. What 2 guard and 3? So he's not a player coach, nor can he develop players.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one, bro. As far as this team goes, y'all, like, I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think about this offseason? Like, what we need to do, man. But there's like
everything.
Yeah. I can't tell you right here. Go ahead. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm ready. Here we go. So, yeah, we could go on off of Luka. We could throw the boatload at him. Let's do it. Let's get him out. Let's get it out the way, right? I say do it. Let's get it out the way. Number one, we pray y'all might like the boy, right? That's on y'all. I don't care if his daddy is cold, right? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he started the straight crossover dribble. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look, Tim would, my bad, Senior. I wasn't even trying to say his name.
Yeah.
Senior hit you with the double cross real fast.
Yeah.
But listen, we need to not re-sign this guy. And if we do, it needs to be really cheap if we want to sign him. He might have to come off the bench for us, seventh man for us, maybe 8.
Damn. Oh my God.
That's what it is.
I need to hear the rest
y'all
of
already
this
know
for him
how
to
I
be
feel
like
about it. Y'all already know how I feel about it. And most of this playoffs, this series, I'm justified in saying what I said.
Yeah.
Number 2, KP, we need to try if we can. I don't care if it's an 18 deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we get back a Kit Kat and 2 bottles of Ozark water.
That's what I was working.
If this year they bring back the amnesty clause, man.
Oh my God.
So it count towards us, and let's go get some people. You understand me? Now, mind you, I'm gonna try to play with Jalen. Y'all seem to like Jalen a lot, which is fine. What's this? His third year? This is third or fourth year?
Yeah, it's third year. Him and Luke came in together.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could trade him, or you could try one more year because during the season, right? He was one of them people that could be the sixth man of the year, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But this series came along and it was nothing he could do.
Show
Some of that has to translate. It has to translate. Now I'm not saying you give me the same 12, 13 points, but if he dropped to 10 because it's a different look because of that, but he has to be giving me the same energy. A lot of times, guess what? It doesn't matter your size. It don't matter a lot of stuff. You got to go out there and say, guess what? I know he bigger than me. I know he faster than me. I need my mind and my heart to say, I don't care. And that's what didn't happen. That's really what didn't happen. So my bad, y'all got mosquito. I'm in the car, whatever. But so those three players for me, especially the first two, always on the bubble. We thought Josh Richardson was gonna give us a point guard, shooting guard, three man,
and a ball handler.
Listen, I wanna apologize to Jay and Will, man, because I had them believing because they asked me.
Hyped this up.
They asked me, and I'm like, you know what's funny too, because I think a lot of people were talking about this too. Everybody was thinking about the Miami Richardson. The last 2 years, that's what my mind was. I'm like, okay, in Philly, there was no spacing. Everything was messed up in Philly. So I thought, like, okay, look, just get him in the system with Luka. All we asking you to do is play defense and shoot threes. Because in Miami, you shot like 38%.
He was nice.
Yeah, he was nice in the last 2 years in Miami. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to get that Josh Richardson. I want to apologize. I was wrong. I think he is what he is, bro. But kind of piggyback off what you said, Thomas, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say, I'm putting it like this. Everybody can go except for Luka.
Already.
I was thinking that after the game. Everybody, I know y'all like JB. I know.
No, I mean it's.
I know Thomas love Tim Hardaway Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I take Boban over Tim.
Shots fired.
Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I take him. I put him as he can't be my second center. He could be my third. Come in and give me a little minutes. Because sometimes you do need a 7'10" body. I don't care what you say. You might just need it for a little 3 minutes to give your other person a rest.
Like he was effective when he was in the game.
He was.
Yeah, well, you can't play him all 15 minutes though, like Rick was doing.
He did slow down the to the basket attacks. He did slow that down. It went from 40 to 38. So he did.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, it went from 40 to like 39 and a half. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm with Thomas, bro. Everybody can go. Everybody can go, bro. Luka, you sit over here. Just sit there and bite. Matter of fact, he had his ice cream. We're gonna take care of everything. Everybody else, y'all can go. I'm sorry, bro. I'm kind of with Thomas, bro. I don't want to. So, from what I'm looking at, Dallas is projected to have about 30 million in salary. Y'all know Tim finna demand some money, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all want most of that to go to Tim?
Bye.
Okay, so cool. Okay, hold on. Time out. I'm cool with everything y'all saying, but I'm gonna do the same thing when everybody was talking about we need to get rid of.
Who's available? I know.
Who you gonna sign?
I don't have the free agent list in front of me right now.
I have it.
I knew it. I knew Jay was gonna have it. Come on with it, Jay. Come on with it. Why you doing that? I guess what you saying? Go ahead. What'd you say, Jay?
I was just gonna say. I mean, we're not Kawhi's on here, but whatever.
No.
Give me DeMar.
So Kawhi's 1, Chris Paul's 2, DeMar DeRozan's 3, which maybe right. Kyle Lowry's 4. I'm good. Lonzo's a restricted free agent. Schroeder's a free agent. Rashawn Holmes is a free agent. I hear that name floating around a lot.
How much you want though?
For reasons I never understand, but whatever.
He's an energy guy. He's a more polished Dwight Powell. Except he plays under the basket more than Dwight Powell does. You know, Dwight Powell's probably a high flyer. He plays more under the basket. He's more consistent than Dwight Powell too.
So if
Montrezl Harrell.
No, he got one more year, don't he?
No,
he did a 1-1. He did a 1-1, I think.
Jared Allen's restricted.
I wouldn't mind having Jared Allen, but they're not going to give him up.
Spencer Dinwiddie, Norman Powell, Evan Fournier,
no,
Devontae Graham restricted, Kelly Oubre, obviously THJ, Gary Trent Jr. is restricted, Lauri Markkanen is restricted, Victor Oladipo is free agent, and Derrick Rose. So I'm just saying, if we saying we team let THJ go, then who are we signing to replace him?
I think.
But do you want to sign him to like $25 million of the salary cap?
I think you have to.
Oh my God, bro.
No,
I think you have to.
Nope. I think you put a package together with KP and THJ if you can, right? To get somebody.
It's not happening.
No, I'm not saying it's going to happen.
You can't do it with THJ.
There's no way. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't. That's not going to happen.
Well,
it has to be.
It had to be a signing trade if you do that.
We're gonna get. I put it like this: we could give him $40 million if it's 4 years or 5 years for 10 or 8. We could. In fact, we could get him the Sean Marion deal. Sean Marion got a steal. Sean Marion went somewhere else and got some more money.
Yeah.
He could have got some money somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you agree, Sean Marion already made hella money before he came in.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
this is Tim last year, bro, to get that big contract, bro. Yeah.
We're gonna go to where the people who always liked him take his ass back to New York. He can go back to New York. New York, let him go, sign him back to $100 million deal.
Who you gonna trade for him then? Are you talking about just letting him go to New York just in general?
Let him go. I don't care, man. I don't care. Let him go. We can't sign this cat over more than $10 million.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you sign him, what else can you?
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a whole entire offseason then. If you do that.
But but what I'm saying is, even if you let's just say, okay, cool. Let's just say we all agree. For example, I don't, but let's say we all agree, we let him go. If you're not signing nobody that's gonna replace that production, what's the point of letting him go?
What's the point of not letting him go?
What do you mean?
What does it matter? If we're gonna get nothing from him, why am I wasting my
money? You say we don't get anything from him. I don't say
we're not getting nothing.
That's not true.
Oh man.
That's not true.
My bad. You right. He showed up every 2 days.
No more than the dude get paid $34 million, dude.
Right.
Oh, it's not his fault. But
right. I don't let KP go walk through. Amnesty his ass. let THJ go. Right now we got $55 million.
Oh my God.
If we live in the 2K, then that makes sense.
hey, I don't care, man.
I know.
Oh my God.
I feel the pain you feeling, bro.
Yeah. I'm just
from a realistic perspective, like
look, the thing is he giving you 25 worth though? Because he gonna end up getting 25 million, dog. It's like, is he giving you 25 million?
No, he's giving me maybe 10.
That means, because you're paying him that means he's a second option. Is he a second option?
I mean, right now he is, but that's by default.
Yeah.
Right, by default. Let's not make it nobody's fault and let him go. Nobody's fault.
Look, I understand why Thomas feel that way, so I'm not saying like I'm just saying that.
Because what you're saying, I think they're going to end up doing. It's just like, then we're going back to square one of them just, because I know a lot of people have been killing Donnie online about the whole, we like what we have type thing. And it's like, when you do, you're saying.
You got to say that.
But he's been saying that every year, and it's backing it up by signing our guys to crazy contracts. So that's what I'm saying. Like, him saying that, and you talking about signing, like, we only got 30 million, man. And you talk about this dude taking up about 90% of our 30 million. This is like, then what are we gonna? Then you can't really build around Luka the way you say that you want to build around him.
You have to find a way to trade KP if you do that. Like,
yeah,
you gotta find a way to do that, and just
send him up to Boston. Send him up to Boston. Get Kemba Walker because his contract.
I hate that idea.
But his contract ends a year sooner than KP.
Yeah, but you traded one arthritic knee for another one.
Yeah.
He gonna be gone for half the year, so then
it's gonna be Luka doing it all on his own again. Okay, what about?
They got to scope out these bottom feeders and diamonds off them. Yeah, that's the only way to do it. You got to look at like
And for you to get rid of KP, it's gonna have to be a lateral move. You're not gonna just get some. You're not gonna trade KP and get LeBron or something. You know what I mean? It's like it's gonna be a lateral move.
I have an unpopular opinion.
Oh crap! Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I need to be prepared for this. All right, go ahead.
I don't think we should trade KP in offseason.
I agree with that.
I think that this is my
He's healthy.
This is the first offseason he's gonna have where he's not rehabbing, so he has a whole healthy offseason. Only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I do think you still trade him, but trade him by the trade deadline next year.
His value go up.
Get his value up. That's it. If he's able to come in and have a whole offseason where he's not rehabbing, he's actually working on his game. Right. I'm not saying keep him for the whole contract. That's
no, yeah.
What I'm saying. But if you keep him for the offseason, and if he has a better start to the year next year, where he's actually starting game one and not rehabbing game one, and has a decent start to the year, his value is higher then than it is now. Mm-hmm. So potentially trading him before the deadline, you can get something else back. I'm not saying you're getting nobody worth a damn.
Yeah.
But you're getting more than what you would if you traded.
You might mess around and probably squeeze out a first round. Probably. If his value go up or whatever.
He got to be like all-star game to get that. Which I don't think that's happening. But
he ain't gonna be the all-star. No.
Because if you look at like there's dudes like
I know
OKC, and which is like, why would I take on
Al Horford?
Why would I do that? Like I don't know. There is no easy fix for this, obviously. So that's the tough part.
Man, Daddy gonna have to get his money worth on this one, bro. Because because they need to be aggressive. They need to be aggressive because not only the reason like you trying to make Luka happy, but Luka's about to get the Supermax.
Yeah.
And that's gonna take up a chunk of your salary, bro. So, and then it also hurts too that everybody starting to sign these extensions over the past season or whatever. So your cupboard is pretty bare when it comes to trying to get free agents. So you're gonna have to trade somebody, but we're going to see how that goes because you don't have any first round picks to give away. You know what I mean? And you can't give away the 2022 one because you can't trade consecutive picks like that. Because you remember we between the 21 and the 23, and so. I don't know, bro.
How do we get Pascal Siakam? Like, what do we have to do for that to
happen? His stock low right now too, so
might get cheaper though, man.
Exactly.
I just don't know who you trade for him. Like, who would Toronto take?
Do you? Would you want Pascal Siakam though?
Yeah.
You take him, okay?
Is your question, is he better than KP? Is that what you're asking? Is that the question you're asking?
No, I mean, no, not the. His game is very limited. Is what I'm trying to say, and it's like,
what is his game?
That's what I'm trying to get to too. It's like he's like a poor man Giannis.
That's true.
So it's like I don't know.
He's not a number two.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to get to too. It's like, do you feel comfortable with him being your number two?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
wait, I think you can make a play to. That's how you start to build your team, though. You don't just go straight to number two.
One thing I can say, like Giannis, he'll make our defense better, though. He'll make our defense better. I give him that. He's a very good defender.
Lord,
hold on, let me ask y'all a question. Why y'all think he's not a number one in my opinion?
Oh no, he's not. No, he's not number one.
So want me to tell you why he could be a number two? Because the year they ran the championship, don't get it twisted. They had Kawhi.
Oh yeah,
they had Kyle Lowry, right? But he was scoring. He was a scoring factor.
Yeah, he was number three though.
He was a
He was a number three though.
Right, but he was a scoring factor.
So you saying Kyle was number two? Kyle Lowry was number two?
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say yeah. I would say.
Okay.
So I'm saying
outside of the fourth quarter,
Siakam could be a number two, but he can't be a number one.
No.
He could be a number two.
Siakam was a scoring
factor.
He could be a number two. You're not winning no championship with him number two. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, that's why I already told y'all. I don't think so.
Be an available number two. Will we be able to get Bradley Beal? Because with that one, it's all about if Russ leaves Washington, then he might become available.
But Russ still got what, 2 years left?
Yeah, I think John Wall got.
He got the same one as Chris Paul. They both got one more year. I think they both got one more year.
So they got player
signed
option there.
Same contract. They
So you
got
a player option
like Chris
there.
Paul got one more year that everybody said he's gonna decline. Russ got one more year. That's why they were saying Russ could sign an extension.
Oh,
he got one more year left too. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it's one.
No, you might be right, bro.
I must have had Chris Paul and John Wall confused because I
think John Wall got 2 years left.
Yeah, John Wall got 2 years. Yeah.
I thought John Wall and Rusty had the same deal.
No, they got the same numbers, but Rusty has 1 more year more.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. I think in the case of Bill, I think Bill has to ask for a trade.
Right.
I think he got to pull Anthony Davis and say, I don't want to be here anymore. And he doesn't seem like he's wanting to do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all this too. This name been kind of thrown around too. What about CJ McCollum?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Now
I'll bring him down here quickly.
Now the only thing is, when you talk about a number 2,
no, I want him my number 3.
That's what I was about to say. Is he really a number 2?
He's a 3. He's not.
Yeah, he's a 3.
Yeah. He's a 3.
Man,
he's a high end 3. Like
I would take him over Tim.
Oh,
yeah. Like if Tim was your 3, I would take CJ as my 3 over him. So
since Portland fired their coach, and would it be a possibility, plus with Toronto being bad, how could we set up a 3-team trade or a 5-team trade to where we can get Pascal and CJ? Like, what do we have to do to get that to happen?
Get more players that people would be willing to take.
Yeah. Hey, you know what though? If you do something like that, then I know y'all like him, but you have to give up players like Dodo, because a lot of teams want Dodo.
Bro, there's nobody that's safe on this team.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
That's been confirmed.
I just don't want y'all cussing me out of it. Oh, they get Dodo gone. Like, hey.
If it means to upgrade this roster, then
I'm
sorry, Dodo. I'm sorry, Dodo. I like you, but it's time to get to the ship.
And if you gave me CJ and Pascal, listen.
That's not. I mean, that's
you don't think it's a no?
That sounds great on 2K, boy. I'm telling you. that's
no, I'm just listen. If that was to happen, I like that. I ain't gonna lie, I like that. But yeah,
I just wish there was a way, like, because again, this is really more about not being able to build. Because yes, Dodo's cool. Yes, Maxi's cool, but these dudes would be on the end of the bench for an actual contender.
Right.
So we like
they would be who Terrence Mann is for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gets him rotation time.
Yeah, like you play in certain spurts.
Yes. Yeah. So it's just like that just goes to show where we are, where like and also because KP is not, I don't know where I heard this, but I completely agree. Not hey, I can't source who I heard it from, but it's like because KP is not doing his job, now everybody else got to go up a ring.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be when they're not.
They overachieved.
They overachieved.
They overachieved.
And that's another reason why it's like, damn, is that Rick?
Yeah, that's hard.
Or is that just Luka being so good that he just elevates everybody around him? Which he don't, because KP obviously ain't. He benefits that.
He elevates most people.
Let's talk about KP here for a second, man. Because let's go ahead and talk about KP, bro. Jay, you rolling them hands, man. Go ahead and get in, man. What you got on? What you think about KP?
A ton to say about KP because there's not really that much to say. The only thing that this plays in my head, like probably weekly.
Mm-hmm.
I remember specifically when KP was up for an extension at first. There was some article or something.
Oh yeah, I mean I
heard it somewhere saying that KP said that he would take the qualifying offer, which was like $13 million. But we said no.
Mm-hmm.
We trust you so much that even though you've agreed that you would take this 1 year, $13 million qualifying offer, we're gonna go ahead and give you the max deal because we believe in you.
Right.
And we've been circling around ever since because that cap money is gone.
Yeah.
He agreed to take a 1 year, $13 million qualifying offer to like a prove it deal to make sure, like, hey, well, then knees good, legs good, whatever. I can do it. But Mark Cuban said, "Nah, man, we're not doing that. You're our guy. I want to prove to you that you're our guy. So we're gonna give you this max deal, even though you didn't ask for it."
Right.
And of course, he said, "Okay, cool. Where do I sign?" But I just keep thinking, like, where will we be if they just gave this dude that qualifying offer?
Yeah.
And he tore his meniscus, and they could have re-signed him, but at least it would have been
That's
a whole lot cheaper. Yeah.
And that's what I was about to say. Re-sign him for another 1 year prove it deal.
So I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say about it, except for it was a object failure, and in my honest opinion, that's fireable. That alone is fireable enough for Donnie and for Mark. I mean, for Donnie and for Rick.
Rick, yeah.
That decision right there is enough as a fireable offense in my book. Because now you pigeonhole your team for years now because you voluntarily put yourself in this position. Yep. This was not a situation where KP was like, "I want the extension on my walk." His folks said he would take the qualifying offer for a year, and you said, "Nah, I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna give you $153 million that you didn't ask for."
Yeah.
So that one thing is like, and it's not KP's fault, obviously.
No. Hey, you offer me $150 million, I'm taking it.
We're not gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm just saying that whole thing is we're paying for it now. We've been paying for it ever since he signed a damn contract.
Draft picks and everything.
Draft picks.
We need the amnesty rule. I'm telling you.
It's true though.
No, we do.
But you know what? That's all I have to say is that it's a failure. Obviously, we know that there's no need to beat around the bush about it. There's no need to beat a dead horse about it. It's a failure and
beat the dead horse. Let him go.
I'm not beating that horse, man. I'm tired of beating that horse.
And look, the thing that made me mad about KP, because I think we talked about this on the beginning of the video. You know, KP. I know people were saying that how Luka was ball hogging and not getting him involved and all this old stuff, man. How many times in the group, man, we were sitting there talking about it while watching the game. It's like KP just played like he was scared.
He is scared.
He wasn't aggressive. They got dudes that like 6'5" sticking you, bro, and you scared to turn around and shoot over the guy. Yeah. And I don't know how many times we said it before too. You don't have a go-to move. You don't have a go-to move. And you're so thin, bro, that you can't post anybody up. They're moving you off the block. And it's like even when he tries to back people down, he can't move them down there. Yeah, exactly. And so he kind of made me mad with the whole I know Tim McMahon had posted that article talking about him being frustrated and because Luka was hogging the light and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, bro, listen, you're talking about the fact that you're not getting shots. That doesn't answer for the fact that you're not rebounding and you're not playing defense, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you are 7'3" for what?
Nothing.
You averaging 13 points a game, 5 rebounds. At 7'3", making $150 million a year, making 30 a year, bro. You probably the second option, man. The second option. This goes back to when Dirk was out here throwing up stupid, ridiculous numbers, and your second option is Jace Terry only give you 5 points. You're like, bro, where are you at? You're making too much money, bro, to be giving me 13 points. I can get you 13 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. 13 and 5 at 7'3", making $150 million. You're making more money than Luka. Like, come on, bro. It makes no sense to me. You want to sit there crying about, I'm not getting touched, or they're not liking me out here, bro. You know what? Now that I say that, bro, you can go, bro. You can go. Matter of fact, you can trade up for this little mouse right here I got, bro. You can go, just get out of my face, bro.
Like the frustrating part too, I'm gonna let Tom and Will get to it, but like I hate the fact that this organization feels like they have to baby him. Like you hear like Rick Carlisle saying, "Oh, well,
hold on. Let me say something about that real quick, JD. Go. The reason why they're doing that is because of this era of players. Like if you upset these players, look at James Harden. You upset these players a little bit, they gonna leave. And so they thought that he was going to be one of those transcendent players. We want to keep him happy. We don't want the same situation that happened in New York. So it's like, oh, no, you're okay, KP. It's going to be okay. It's all Luka's fault. Yeah, that's right. It's Luka's fault.
That's cool before he proves that he's not that player. He's already proven that he's not that player, so why are you still doing it now?
Yeah.
To say that, oh, well, he did what we asked him to do. It's like, The fact that you have to ask him to go stand in the corner says all you need to say about, dude, you paying $35 million a year. The fact that you're having to tell him that he needs to be on 1-4 flat and you just go stand in the corner and let Luka figure out who gets the ball instead of saying let's work inside out.
Or if Luka's on the bench, we not running the ball through you.
Man, that's the problem.
That'll tell you everything right there. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. It's as simple as that. What you finna say, Tom?
No, I go ahead. I'm letting y'all get on them because I get on them in a second. Don't worry.
No, you good. Go ahead. We already said it.
It's on you, bro. It's on you.
Oh, well, I kind of cut out for a minute. So tell me your whole question again. What you the statement?
No, just pretty much.
Just KP time.
Just KP time, bro. What you got on KP, dog?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. We bring back the Allen. We're gonna bring back the Allen Houston rule, aka the amnesty, the amnesty rule. That's going to get him off. We'll pay you your money. You just not off.
Get out of here.
Books. Get out of here. I think, like y'all said, for him to be number 2, he doesn't do enough. Meaning that if him and Luka start the game together, if Luka go out with 5 minutes left, you have to be that guy. You have to be that guy to say, okay, boom, I'm gonna carry you, right?
Yeah.
Because most people who have number 1s and 2s, they don't play the whole game together. They start out together. Somebody take a break.
Look at the Clippers. They did that with Paul George and Kawhi.
Right. Mm-hmm. LeBron, AD do it. Listen, Russ and James Harden did it. Chris Paul and James Harden did it. Like, that is the way that it goes.
Right.
But you have to be able to carry your team, right? 85%, you know what? That's too much. 75% of the time where boom, we stand in the game, or we got the lead, or we keeping the lead, or we're close to it. We got to be able to keep our momentum going. Boom, he go out. Boom, I know everything running through me. So even he don't play in the low block enough. We get it. So even if you playing high pick, even if you playing mid, whatever you doing, it needs to run through you. But you got to be able to score, rebound, pass, and make timely decisions no matter what. Now, sometimes don't get it twisted. You're just going to miss shots. Right. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But we got to know 75% of the chance. Guess what? We got the right one. This is our number 2, and we know what we're doing. I don't have trust in them. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna tell you one thing that KP do well. It's one. Whenever he go to dunk on somebody, he dunk like he 6'5", 6'6". He try to be flashy with it. Yeah. I love it. Even though he only about 2 inches off the ground.
Right.
Dunking with his ass. He dunking with his ass. That's all he does. That's it. That's literally it. That's literally it.
Dude not aggressive to me, man. He's not aggressive at all, bro. Just play too timid, bro. Like, you 7'3". I'm not saying you Shaq or nothing, bro, but you got to do 6'5", 6'6" sticking you, bro.
That should be easy money.
Thank you.
That should be easy money.
There's no way Nicholas Batum should lock him up like this.
Or Terrence Mann.
Yeah, it was a bunch of time they had Terrence Mann switched on him. He couldn't shoot over him. I was like,
bro,
why you fading on a dude that's 6'4"? That man, Terrence Mann ain't even 6'4". He's like, what, 6'3"? You got about a whole foot. Like, as soon as you turn around, even with his hand up like this, bro, you can't even see him. It's like, okay, let me just take my time and look at the goal.
But that's remember when he bulked up in the offseason that year, and then he said, I gotta lose my way back because I don't feel right. Like, because he got big that one year, and then he's like, I don't like the way I feel.
Yeah, that was the bubble year.
So I gotta lose my weight back, and it's like now you getting pushed around like you were. Like,
bro, dude was getting pushed by Terrence Mann. This dude about 6'2", 6'3", bro. You got a whole foot on this dude, bro. I was like,
let's get rid of him. I mean, I hate to say it like that. I hate to, because get to the NBA, I'd be on you. I mean, you're a good player. Depending on the world. It's in the NBA. It's only like 3,000 people. How many people makes it? You're really a cold player. Believe it or not, you're not a bust. Maybe in your group you could be the Sirius, but you're not a bust. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But for this particular team, this particular team, he can't be a number 2. He's not worth 30 million. He's not worth 20. He may be worth 10, depending on how you use him. Okay, boom, he 10. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you use him, where he's playing, and if he's actually getting $10 million and putting up 15, 7, and 1. 15, 7, and 1 coming off the bench I give you 10 a year because I know I come in you a third option. You're gonna get a little money. You know what I'm saying? Little points. But he's not a number two. He doesn't use his size well. He should be able to shoot over everybody all the time, every time. So, but that's me. You know, Allen Houston rule. Let's get him out of here.
Yeah.
For me,
But
I think it is time to move on. But like
Don't sound
Jay
so
was
sad.
saying, but I
got a
am
little tear, got a
sad.
little tear dropping.
Yeah, look like
I
you
am
wanted it to work.
sad.
You wanted it to work, huh?
I did, but
We
what
all
makes me
did, you know what I'm saying?
is the fact that like he was okay with the less money, and Dallas just bid against themselves and gave him a max for no reason. Uh, we thought we had a chance to have a legitimate number two. Even we saw it in the bubble. Like during the bubble, he was a legitimate number two. Like I don't care anybody say in the bubble, he was balling and it was nice. Yeah, but outside that bubble, it hasn't been. It just hasn't been anything. Like you're saying, when it comes to you being a number two, when the number one takes that break, 75% of the time, you don't even have to like blow the game out
Just
more.
maintain.
Just keep
Yeah.
exactly. All you have to do is just stabilize the game until the number one comes back, and then or you all playing together. But just stabilize. That's all is expected. And for him, I think he also has to look at. Yeah, he didn't like the bulk up as far as the body, but he might have to do like a low body or bottom half bulk up just to be able to do better as far as being able to post up and things like that and learn a move.
Yeah.
But one thing I am
Getting that lab, dog.
at
God,
least
dog.
one, just at least one.
And that's why
One
I
thing,
say maybe now that he's not rehabbing the whole offseason instead of like, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
don't know, it's wishful thinking, but
yeah,
No, you know
not
what though?
having some.
If and if that's the case, Jay, then you okay. Look, you got no excuse this time. Like you
right.
said, you're going into the off season and you're not having to rehab and nothing like that, bro. You better come back with some work, bro.
Right.
Like you see, Luka's game has evolved, bro. He got that little mid range and all that stuff. You know, he's a
Ready for
little bit
them
more
free
efficient.
throws.
Yeah, he already said that too. He said he's gonna work on his free throws.
No choice. Got
And
to.
like, yeah, that's one thing he need to work on, bro. Because like I said, I'm with Jay. I'm right now on the fence to get rid of him, but I think they're gonna probably end up keeping him.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if we traded him or whatever, because I think everybody kind of want him gone. But if we end up keeping him, like, bro, you got to go to the lab, bro. Go call Hoger up, bro. Tell Dirk, hey, where Hoger at, bro? Get me in that gym, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Work with him.
KP should have the same type of game that Dirk got, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. Jesus, you too tall to be that soft, bro. Be that soft.
He put the ball down. He don't have no kind of like
nothing
fundamentals at all. It's like
no.
So you didn't learn nothing. You just stood out there and shot the whole time from three.
Yeah, matter of fact, I don't know if y'all seen a lot of those videos that were going around online, like during the training camp and stuff. That's like him and Luka just having like those long who could shoot the threes the longest and all that type of stuff. And it's like, well, but you see during the season and in the playoffs that Luka game then have elevated and see him doing all different other kind of stuff like that, bro. But you're still doing the same thing. You were shooting long threes last year. What did you add to your game?
Nothing.
I can't sit here and say, oh man, he added this to a game. I can say, yeah, Luka added a mid range. After his rookie year, he strengthened his left hand. This year he added the mid range. You know, and a little bit further into the season, he started be more efficient on his threes. You know what I'm saying? And him saying this next season he's going to try to work on his free throws or whatever. And so, like I said, you could see those elements of his game elevating. I can't say any of that for KP. Only thing I can say for him is, okay, did he stay healthy this year or did he not stay healthy? That's it.
You know that's not.
We've been seeing you shoot these long threes like you Steph Curry or somebody, bro. But what other facet of your game are you working on, bro?
You've been missing the hell. That mean you're making them no more.
No, he ain't making no. I think he shot what 33 or 34% this year on threes or something like that. Like Luka's shooting better than you now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't know, bro. Like if they were to come back and say we're gonna keep him, bro, this season, I wouldn't be surprised. But I want him gone, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Dude, trash, bro. Just getting tired of making excuses for this dude, man. You too big for that shit, man. And on top of that, you you making more than Luka and you just not showing up. 13 points a game.
And then got the gall to be mad about.
Yeah, then you got that's what I'm saying. Like you get mad, bro. Oh, you talking about shots? We're talking about the defense. We're talking about the rebounding. You are 7'3", averaging 5 rebounds a game, bro.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
What's funny is the fact that he did have the time on the court by himself.
Yeah.
To have that chance to dominate.
That's
to take over to where when Luka come back in, be like, yo, we keeping this going.
Yeah. Like I said, Luka go to the bench. You're in the game. Y'all up by 10. Luka come back in the game. You're down by 5. He's like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, and I know he's talking about touches and stuff. How many times did we watch the game, bro? And they're giving the ball. He's looking like, oh my God, I gotta get rid of it. It's like you have that 6'5" dude behind you. Dominate him. What are you doing? You on the elbow with a 6'5" dude behind you, bro. And you trying to look to pass it out. Like, I don't want to touch it. It's like, but you want to cry in the press conference about you frustrated. They don't get your. Oh, I tell you, boy. I said, yeah, I'm not making no excuse for this dude no more, bro.
That because you keep trying to like.
I tried. What did I tell y'all when we did the playoff? What's that? I said, look, I'm putting my faith in you. I'm putting my faith in you. And y'all doubted me, like, bro, you sure you want to do that? I'm like, look, I'm going out there. I'm going out there. I'm by myself, but I'm going out there. And the dude let me down, bro.
Tyler's out there with you.
Oh, come on, you should have came out there with me, man, on that branch, that little thin branch. But yeah, y'all, I think that probably do it for us, y'all. Is there anything else y'all want to add to it or anything?
As far as the trade partners for KP, I'm intrigued at Golden State, what Dallas would want to get from Golden State.
Boy, if y'all say Andrew Wiggins, bro, I'm cutting this thing short.
That's the only person that can trade.
I'm cutting this short. This is I talked to y'all. This is ridiculous. I do not want no Andrew Wiggins. Listen, if I want somebody not to show up, I just keep KP.
Jesus Christ!
Like he didn't even show up in the what's it called?
How much?
Yeah. How much get paid? I know. Look that up real quick, Jay. That's ridiculous, bro.
20.
Some cash with them.
Yeah, probably. I think how much?
No, I'm saying I had to send cash with KP.
Damn. 5 years, 147.
20 something.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Damn, he might. Wow, 29.5 is his annual base.
Oh, that's how old he is?
No, 29.5.
You hope you talking about his age. I don't hear talking about the money. Jesus.
28, but he getting paid $29.5 million.
To do what?
So what?
Show up where? To the restaurant to eat some dinner or something? Like, what are you showing up to?
Just to be big for no reason.
Jesus, boy. Yeah, Steph gonna be the next one to say, I'm out of here, bro. This is getting ridiculous. You got my second option only scoring 4 points a game. This dude number 1 pick in the draft.
Clay back though, so they.
Oh yeah, Clay gonna be back. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fine.
That's why Steph was breaking down here because nobody else was helping the. Steph, we know how you feel, bro. We got one here in Dallas, bro. We know how you feel.
Yeah. You ain't lying. You want
him? But yeah, that'll probably do it for us, guys. This is something new for us, y'all. This is not a particular video. We just in here venting about the Mavs. For those who are watching, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We might do more videos like this, just kind of random, kind of give our thoughts on. Matter of fact, we might have more Mav videos. Trying to get Daryl to do some Laker videos, man. He kind of mad at us, but man, I think he mad at me for a comment I made, but I apologize for that comment, man. Especially after this series here, I apologize. But yeah, so guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and comment down below, guys. What y'all think the Mavs should do? Should we keep KP? Should Mark go ahead and fire Donnie? Should he fire Rick? You see everybody shaking their heads? Go ahead and let us know what y'all think, guys. And with that, guys, it's boy Real. Got my kinfolk Will, my boy Jay, my boy Thomas. We will catch you guys again soon.